Since we're kind of blowing the dust off this gear channel, I thought I'd post another video that's been requested by one of our long-term viewers, and he's been asking about this Galaxy 3S or S3 that I got a while back. I've had, well, smartphones for a while now, but let me tell you, if you're not interested in a smartphone, if it's not something you're going to use, I can totally understand not wanting one. They cost quite a bit, and cost them over $100 a month to keep them running. However, I used to run little disposable phones, and again, they're very economical, very practical. We went to SHOT Show one year and decided to bring along a Droid. When they first came out, we wanted to have the ability to go online, use the video, to take pictures with it, and it worked out well. I've become hooked on cell phone or smartphones at that point. About a year later, I upgraded to the Evo from Sprint. It has the ability to tether, so with Wi-Fi I can let I could have let four laptops connect with the very fast Sprint 4G service that we had in Las Vegas and then in Salt Lake City when we traveled. Real good phone, really liked it. However, it started to break down. This is about the third screen I've had on it. Not that the glass breaks, but once I dropped it, once I got it all wet, and the third time it just sort of glitched out. But the last time I took it in, they told me that they're not making the Evos anymore. They had to use used parts to put it back together. And although they were very nice about it, their speed was decent. The Verizon speed is faster here in Tucson. So I upgraded, or I moved over to Verizon again and got this Galaxy. Very nice phone. A little bit thinner than the Evo, about the same screen size. I like the buttons a little bit better. I'm not going to try to do a complete review of the phone. I'm sure there's a million of them out there on the web. I'm just giving you sort of a gun owner's guide of how I like this phone. It seems to take great pictures and great video. I can't say enough about it. That we've done some speed tests comparing it to one of the other guys still has an Evo. This thing smokes it. It's much, much, much faster, like 10-fold faster. And we can do that here in Tucson. We don't have to travel to get the fast speeds. I'm not sure exactly what you were looking for in the review, so I'll kind of stop it there. I'll just recommend anybody else who's watching the video. Since they can tether, I was able to jump on some other devices like this Palm. I got this for less than 50 bucks online one time, and I don't use it as a phone, but I do use it to kind of tether in and use the Wi-Fi so that we have another internet device maybe when we're traveling. And then I ended up trying to experiment with this iPod, which I don't really like. I ended up getting this little extra keyboard because the keyboard's so small on here, and this is kind of handy. It's a little Bluetooth keyboard. It costs under 20 bucks online, and it works with any of these phones, and it makes it a little easier to deal with. Another thing I'd recommend is one of these external batteries. You can get these that are sort of look like this too, so that they're not so big. Basically though, you charge it up, and then you can kind of get an indicator here. It's fully charged right now. This will hold a charge for a long time, so I just leave it in my backpack. And then if this phone were to be, even though it's got real good battery life, if I were to use it up, I can just use this built-in little thing to connect it up, and I can run the phone with this plus charge it. So these things are pretty handy, and I'd recommend getting one if you plan on using your phone quite a bit. Also, something like this little Maxpedition bag is a real handy one. I can put quite a few of the devices in here. Again, if we're traveling or something, and we might want some extra devices to be able to check, different things while we're doing our internet stuff. A little bag like this is great. We can carry around a lot of the accessories for them and the cords and all that kind of stuff all in one spot. And again, these things are a little larger than a regular phone, but you can find plenty of pouches like this that'll work for it. Just for scale here, we put this little AK-47 next to it so you can see how big it is. Again, I'm not sure what you wanted in the review, but there's a little sample of how much I like my Galaxy 3S or S3. Yeah, couldn't recommend it enough. If you've got the money and you have the need for it, it's a great phone. Thanks for watching.